good evening. Well, really, good night. We are back with fresh revelations with myself, Chanel E. Martin, and we have my husband. And we have my husband.
I'm Chris.
We have Chris. I know we said we'd be on at 10:30, but y'all know we got 4 kids, 4 of them. So that means 4 kids, 4 people getting put to bed, 4 folks getting bath, 4 folks getting pajamas on, 4 folks saying mommy, 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 mommy 100 million times. So yes, but we're gonna try to be more on time and try to stick around 10:30ish. If you're just now joining us, please go ahead.
Oh, it's almost 11.
Right, we late. If you're
almost
just now
11
joining us,
o'clock.
let me go ahead and share this. If you're just now joining us,
That's funny.
go ahead and share this. I'm sure we're going to be entertaining. Let me share this right now on my page. Hey to everyone over on YouTube, and hey to everybody on Facebook. All right, my husband is over here tinkering before we get into the
So we can
topic.
actually see the comments.
Oh, yeah, so now we can see comments. Perfect. Okay, so I am Chanel E. Martin, and you're watching this on my page. I am a serial entrepreneur, a mom of 4, an ordained minister, and this guy over here's wife. And Chris, can you stop tinkering for a little bit to introduce yourself? Who are you?
I'm Chris
Chris what?
Martin.
Oh, my gosh. Anyways, tell him for real. Yeah, we're going to spend
What-
5 days him introducing himself.
What do you want me to tell him?
Who you are?
I'm Chris. I'm married to Chanel. And yeah.
Okay, we'll come right back to that. Y'all, if y'all haven't shared, we're going to talk about something that I think is going to be absolutely hilarious. And it's something that gets brought up in the 100 million marriage groups that I'm in. And I want to kind of talk about that and really debunk the myth of your spouse being your best friend. If you are watching us,
You're not my friend, folks.
oh my gosh, no, I ain't at. We ain't even got to the content
You're
yet.
not my friend. Cool.
We ain't even got to the content yet.
We're
Hey,
not
Jasmine,
friends.
if you're here, y'all, go ahead and just say hey. Come on, say hey so we can know who you are, so we can shout you out. Chris over here tinkering.
You want to see the comments?
I do want to see the.
All
How'd you
right.
make it so we can see all the comments? That's pretty cool.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah, we got 3 comments.
We got 3 comments. Okay.
We ain't seen them yet though. So hold on.
Okay. There they are, right there. There's the 3. Okay, y'all. We're trying to figure out.
No, we don't got nothing to figure out.
We ain't got
Know how
nothing
to
to
get
figure
there.
out?
Just pull it
Oh,
up.
okay. So we here.
Yeah.
All right. Perfect. Now we're good to go.
All righty.
Okay, so let's jump right on in the topic. We got Chris, who said he's just Chris. I want to tell a little bit about our story, a little bit on how we.
Sharice and Ryan Fuller.
Hey y'all, hey Lindsay. You know we always cutting up, Lindsay. We always cutting up. I want to tell a little bit of a backstory about how we actually got together, because I don't know if everyone knows that, considering the fact that me and you are like polar opposites.
Mm-hmm.
So, how about you tell your version? Because we got 2 totally different versions.
Well,
really quick.
I saw Chanel. It was me and my boy Khalid. Because I think we was sharing a couple classes or whatever. So I think we first saw Chanel between these 2 buildings on Georgia Tech campus. The way it was set up, she would be coming down this walkway, and me and Khalid was coming down the exact opposite way, and we would meet in the middle like every Tuesday and Thursday. So I concocted this plan. I said, Khalid, when Khalid tells a story, he said he saw first, but that's a whole nother thing. So the thing was, it was like, okay, look, I'm going to try to talk to her. Okay. I'm going to try to talk to her. So, I concocted this plan because I was riding my bike. To class. So I was like, this is what I'm going to do. Yo, I'm going to take my bicycle. And while she walking,
This was the dumbest plan, by the way.
I'm going to almost run into her. And then like
Like a
swerve
rom-com.
out the way at the last second.
Like a romantic comedy.
And
He
then
really
it's gonna
thought
be
that was going to work.
Oh snap. And I'll be like, oh my bad, y'all bad, are you okay? Yada yada yada. What's your name? Boom, in the door, in the game. But this is what actually happened. So Chanel be in her own world.
I do be in my own.
Like,
I don't be studying none of y'all.
I think somebody could have. I think a mob of people could have walked up to Chanel with guns pulled out, talking about "break yourself, fool," and she just would have been like,
Georgia Tech was hard.
I'm walking the class.
I was focused. Listen, I was focused. I was trying to go. It was lunchtime. It was my time to go to the caf and give me something to eat. I wasn't studying nobody.
This is true. You was not, and I came into within 5 millimeters of crashing into you, and you didn't even blink.
No.
Your eyes stayed open the entire time, looking at the sky, and somehow you was walking forward, not running into anything. So that was foiled. So then 2 semesters later, we had this, that was in the spring semester. So then
spring of 2007.
We skipped summer.
We skipped summer. People the time period. We're talking about 2007.
We skipped summer, and then we get into fall. And then turns out we take some. We're majoring in the same thing. We got a couple classes together, and then she had noticed me, but she'll tell you that. And then I concocted another plan. This one was much simpler. She was at the bus stop, and this wasn't a pre-plan really. This was like on the moment. It was just like, I need to do this now. So she was at the bus stop, and I think I said I wanted to study or something like that, and we was at the bus stop. So did that, exchanged phone numbers or whatever. Then I got on the bus and went on my way, and then the rest is like, there's more that happened afterwards, but that ain't what this is about. So that's how we met.
That's for a whole another conversation. So
at least my version of the story.
Okay, so Chris will tell you, we're talking about 2007, right? So this is a long time ago. What is this like? 13 years ago. Almost exactly 13 years ago, because it was in August of 2007. It was the beginning of the school year. And so when we were at Georgia Tech or whatever, I had just got out of a relationship. I had a relationship, a long-term relationship, and then I had a situationship. My situationship. Man, I'm still Facebook friends with them. We ain't gonna call no names. I had a situationship that wasn't really going all that great. And I was dating around. You know, I was kind of a little player, just a little bit. Just tad bit. But I was honest with everyone. And I had saw Chris in class, and I just thought everybody at Georgia Tech was whack. I was like, ain't gonna be no cute people, let alone ain't gonna be no black people.
Better than us.
No, I did not think I was better.
Yeah, you did.
First of all, I came from Clark Atlanta University.
You thought you was better than us.
So, and that was the land of beautiful people. Beautiful people. I went to school with beautiful people.
She had an entanglement.
I did have an entanglement. Why you gotta put me on blast like that? I did.
I didn't say that. Keisha Smith.
Wait, I did have an entanglement though. Yeah. I did have an entanglement. But I was in college, y'all. Everybody had entanglements in college. That's neither here nor there. So I thought everybody was kind of whack. And I remember going to class and seeing Chris. And we're in chemical engineering classes. And it's like 2 black people, me and Chris. And I look over at him. I said, ooh, a black person. And then I looked over him. I remember what he had on, y'all. He had like this blue shirt on, some jeans, because okay, if y'all remember the 2000s, his jean shorts was too big, y'all. They went to his ankles. He had jean shorts.
I was clean.
He had jean shorts.
I was clean.
That went to his ankles. A baby blue tall tee. And some blue Jordans, some blue and white Jordans. Did you own some blue and white Jordans? Am I making this up?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you really own that outfit? I feel like that's what I remember.
Yeah, I would have had. I would match my shoes back then.
Okay.
Yeah, I was clean.
So he was clean. Anyway, so I remember looking at him. I was thinking like, oh, he cute, and that's where I left it, and I tucked it back in the back of my head, and went on about my way. Okay. Mm-hmm. So then I kept seeing you pulled that study line, and I really believed he wanted to study y'all.
We did study. We did our homework.
We did do our homework.
We did. And they actually helped me pass a class.
Yeah, we did do our homework.
There was no lies.
Okay, we did do homework. All right.
There was no lies.
We did other stuff too.
That's extra. That's
Okay.
just extra.
All
But
right.
we did study.
So
and we did.
I really believed that this man really wanted to study. I was thinking like, shoot,
I did really want to study.
he probably smart. He know how to do this
Yeah.
because I'm struggling. Okay. So I
did
really,
want to
my
study.
brain was really focused on, I'm finna study with this dude because,
Listen, don't nobody get through chemical
you know, I
engineering
was
by
kind of
themselves.
crushing on somebody else. We not gonna name that person either.
Oh, I know who it is.
Please, we're not doing that. We're not doing that because I'm Facebook friends with them too. And these
I
people
think we
are now
both are,
all
I
these
think.
people that I was in these entanglements with are all married just about or in serious relationships. So we're gonna
Yeah,
keep
we
their
just gonna leave
names.
the past and
We're gonna keep their names
protect the
a
innocence.
secret. So, anyways, back to so we started studying together, and then eventually I remember
Because chemical engineering is hard.
it's hard.
It's hard.
So we ended up
Shoot, I ain't
my
gonna lie.
roommate Stephanie was having a pool party.
And I had abs.
Oh.
Ooh, yeah, I had abs back then. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, she was having a pool party and she was
So,
trying to
hold
figure
on,
out
I was clean and I had abs.
he did have abs. And he had,
And I
had
had
waves. And he had waves. Now his hair was one thing that I didn't notice about.
And I had 20-inch rims on my car.
Okay. He did have waves though. Y'all remember when waves? Do people still wear waves?
I had
Are
all that
waves-
junk.
Oh, I mean, think about it, y'all. We talking about 2000s.
I'm gonna get my abs back.
Are waves like a thing anymore?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, he had waves. So, nonetheless, my roommate was having a pool party, and she was like, "Who you gonna invite?" And then I was telling her, I said, "Oh, I know this dude, and I think he kind of cute." And then she was like, "Is his name Chris?" I said, "I think so." I said, "Find out what his last name is."
Yeah.
And she came and told me your last name, Chris Martin. And I went on Facebook. You know what we do? We go on Facebook.
Had to investigate.
I think that was time when Facebook was only for college students. I don't know if it had yet opened up to everyone yet in 2007. So I go on Facebook and I do this whole investigation. I mean, I looked up at everything. I want to know who he was, what he did, and everything. And then my roommate goes, "I'm going to invite him to my birthday party." I'm like,
Yeah,
do you
shoot me that invite, cuz.
do you remember the birthday party?
Yeah. Oh, Marlon on here. They said they were 10s, but he kept them clean.
Yeah, tell
They
them.
were 20.
They
I
were-
had dubs.
You had dubs.
Yes. They was black with the
Not on the
chrome
fusion.
lip on them.
Not on the fusion.
No, not the fusion. The
That's-
fusion
you
was
had,
factory.
You had the fusion when I met you.
Oh, I had got rid of the galant.
Yeah, I never saw these 20-inch rims, alleged 20-inch rims.
They are 20s.
Alleged.
I measured them myself.
Alleged.
No,
Okay, you
I
measured
I
them?
have witnesses.
Who? Bill.
Yes.
Back to the story. So anyways, so I think she invited you to her birthday party, and then did you leave early?
Oh,
And like,
Marlon, 19 and a half. Marlon had deuces. Marlon had 22s. But okay, let's continue.
was that the day that you had left early and you had went somewhere, like you went back home after the pool party?
I might have.
Because I feel like, okay, y'all, this is a long time ago. So I think what had happened was Chris had left and went back home after the pool party. And then I was supposed to go be with one of my entanglements or meet them or something or go to the club. I just remember I was supposed to go to the club and this person was supposed to meet me at the club with some of my stuff and did not show up with some of my stuff. So
Was you gonna slash his tires?
I was about
or
to
something
slash his
stupid?
tires. I was so
I
mad.
was at home. I remember that.
Yes, so this was after the pool party. So I was so mad. First of all, I was fairly intoxicated. Kids, do not try this at home. I was intoxicated. I left my friend at the club. And I got in my Corolla and I drove to this person's place of residence that was gated. I tailgated into the place of residence because I
Crazy.
did not have, I wasn't going to call that person to let me in. And I was literally getting ready to cut this person's, all their tires up. And Mr. Martin
You had a
called-
knife.
No, I had some scissors.
She's gonna cut them
I
tires. with
sure
some
was.
Scissors.
I sure was.
That's
I was going to
crazy.
cut them tires up with some scissors.
That's crazy.
So I had some scissors and I was about to cut up the tires. And Chris called me, like literally, I could not find this person's car. I'm driving around in their
finna
neighborhood.
do
I couldn't find it. I was mad. And Chris calls me. And then we
I
started
called
talking.
you?
You did call me. You did.
Oh, okay.
It was like your first time ever calling me. I think you was intoxicated. You finally got the courage. Like we had never talked on the
I was
phone.
at home chilling.
Oh, yeah, okay. Well,
I was at my mama's house.
when you called me, you had never called me before, like
okay.
ever. And then I think I told you, I was like, dang, you just saved me. So we talked for a little bit, and I think I might have told you.
Cutting
You
them tires with them
You
scissors.
talked me out of cutting and
I
tires.
remember it being scissors though.
And I took my butt back to the club. Can y'all imagine? I'm in a whole club outfit.
I'm about to go out here and
I'm
catch
about
a
to go to
case.
somebody's apartment complex and cut their tires.
Yeah, vandalize somebody's vehicle.
Right. Yeah, that was a whole mess. Anyways, so nonetheless, the rest was pretty much history. We started talking all the time, and of course, we ended up getting together, blah, blah, blah. A whole bunch of stuff happened in between. Maybe we'll get to it on another episode.
Yeah, that's a whole.
And then we're married. So we've been married almost 10 years. It'll be 10 years next year, right?
Yes.
So 10 years next year, and yeah, we have a
10.
whole thing when we talk about that. So I want to jump. I had to tell y'all how we got together. Now, me and Chris are like polar opposites. Like, what?
she was laughing at.
Oh yeah, well, I was about yeah, it was really bad.
About to catch a case.
So
and we just in college.
I know my whole life would have been over. Behind, I don't even remember. I think this person owed me, I don't know, it was something stupid. I don't even remember, y'all. So now me and Chris are total opposites. So you know how you take those Myers-Briggs personality tests, right? We took them and we ended on the opposite end of the spectrum.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like opposite, polar opposites. But somehow we work.
Somehow.
It's
by the blood of Jesus.
By the whole blood of Jesus.
The blood of Jesus is the only reason.
The only reason. No, but I mean, we had fun together in college.
Yeah,
we have to go.
We had adventures.
Yeah, we have to do another episode. We talk about the C. Martin adventures because let me tell y'all, when I tell you we lived, bruh, we was so ratchet, Chris.
Yeah, it was bad.
I be trying to tell people we was ratchet. Folks be like, no, not you and Chris. Yes, me and Chris. We was ratchet. And all my friends know in real life that we were really ratchet. So that's a whole nother story.
Yeah, there was even this. It lasted for a while. We had this housewarming party. Marlon know about that housewarming party.
Lord, don't nobody want to know about that.
We ain't gonna revisit that right now. But yeah,
Marlon was there.
Yeah, Marlon was there.
Yeah, I think that was my last time being ratchet.
I think just about mine too.
Yeah, I think no, you had some more ratchetness in you.
Oh yeah. I went to Okay.
You was still,
Okay, I remember now.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, let's
continue. Okay, right. He's not ready to put himself on blast yet. Mm-hmm. So, going back to what we were talking about, so now we're polar opposites. So we had to give y'all a little what's that called? A preface. Something of how we got together. We had a lot of fun in college. Like we've been together since college, so I guess you call us college sweethearts. I guess that's the proper kinda. We was like each other's second college sweetheart. Yeah,
Sharice. Right, that happened to the best of us.
I know. So okay, going back to the story. So now that y'all know a little bit, we had fun. We kicked it hard. Chris pledged. He is a Kappa, so y'all can only use your imagination, use your wildest imagination, and that's exactly what we did. And we had a great time. Am I lying? So, anyways, I wanted to talk about like why my husband and why it's not my best friend.
No.
So I might step on a few of the married people's toes. But I'm in like tons of married. I married my best friend. Me and my husband are best friend. We just have giggle fights and pillow fights and tickle fests. What happened?
It looked like the thing dropped.
Oh no. Did it drop on
here we
us?
go.
No, we're good. Okay. And we just have giggle fights and tickle fests and everything is roses. And yeah, and I read these posts and I always hate to be like the Debbie Downer when folks be like, you married your best friend. And I'd be like, no, I didn't. Nah, no, I didn't. I ain't married my best friend. And I remember, I think it was in Vernique's group, Authentically Wed. I don't know where that came from, or I don't know if it was her group or one of my friends had posted something about it, but they were talking about marrying your best friend. And I was just like, yeah, no, Chris is not my best friend.
No.
Like,
we're not best friends.
We are not best friends. Like, first of all, Chris, do you like Real Housewives of Atlanta?
Nah, I like the beginning when they had Sheba Sheree. Then after that, I don't know.
Do you enjoy?
It got too much.
Do you enjoy watching Real Housewives of Atlanta with me?
No, man.
Do you enjoy makeup?
No. Nope.
Do you want to go shopping with me?
Not really.
Do you
in the store all day?
Do you want to hear me talk about how such and such and such and such is fine?
No. No.
Do you want to hear me rant and ramble about some foolishness I've seen and talk about how I'm getting fat and losing weight?
No, because then I'm be like, well, what you need to do is go and do blah blah blah, and it's not. That's not even a conversation.
That's not even a conversation.
That's me trying to tell you what to do and solve your thing, whatever you complain about.
Right. So do you want to go on brunch and sip mimosas with me and have girl talk?
I don't want the girl talk part, but I do like brunch.
You like brunch? Okay. We got one. We got one. I'm trying to think stuff that you do with your best friends. Like, yeah, we just don't do that.
No.
Chris get the y'all see Chris, my husband streams, right? He starts telling me about streaming and video games. I'll just be like, I know my eyes start glossing over.
Like, what are you doing?
He started telling me about or talking to me about, I don't know, pick a subject.
How I refactored some code and took it from 100 lines to 27 lines.
Yeah, not interested.
And how that's amazing.
Yeah.
They might be, Tam. They might be typical things. I think some guys do like Real House. Like, I started out liking it, but it got to be too much towards the end. But she still like it.
I do still. Well, I kind of stopped watching it though. It started getting a little bit crazy.
Like How to Get Away with Murder.
Yeah,
it got too extreme. Like,
but the point I'm making is the reason why I said this is because I think it's perfectly okay. I think it's perfectly okay that you don't have to be best friends with your spouse. Because I feel like that creates a false and unrealistic narrative.
Because there's extra stuff you got to do with your spouse that you wouldn't do with your friend or for your friend. There's stuff you got to do as a husband that as a man, like let's say you a dude and you got your homegirl that you're not finna do stuff with your homegirl for real. Like for instance, we have 4 kids. You're not finna put 4 kids in your homegirl. You're not gonna do that to your best friend. You're not gonna do that to your best friend. And if you are a woman, you're not finna let your best homeboy put 4 kids in you. Come on now. So that ain't what friends do.
That ain't what friends do. What I believe it paints is that, like, you know, when you talk about things with friendships, and especially from a female perspective, not to say that you and your best friend.
Oh, you know, one other thing.
Oh, go ahead.
Not from like about putting kids in people, but like, okay, if your homegirl is out and about, she woke up that day and decided to do something and had nothing to do with you, and she go get herself into some trouble or like. Not that she got herself, something happened, you know what I'm saying? She don't know how to change her tires. You know, she don't got AAA or whatever, or roadside. And is she supposed to call her best homeboy for that? You know what I'm saying? Who she really supposed to call? Or like the other way around. Is she supposed to be there for you for like stuff that don't really got nothing to do with her? Is she obligated or like has some responsibility there when you do have that with your spouse? Or you ought to. If you don't, if you married and you don't, you might need to reevaluate. But yeah, go ahead.
So no, that's a really good point. And what I was trying to say was what it does for people who are not married, right? Because there's a lot of wrong narratives being painted in marriage culture, right? Like I sit back and I read what's going on in groups. I've listened to hopeful married people, and they're talking about they ain't gonna settle. They talking about they ain't gonna settle. Folks have created this non-realistic thing that's not true for most people. Like you gonna have tickle fest. First of all, these people talking about they still having tickle fest been married 1.5 seconds. Okay, you know, like I just be seeing people be talking about they just be laughing with. I don't know. I have read the craziest stuff that just sound like I don't even know if they really married. I'm like, hey, like it's all roses and sunshine.
Yeah, people do, especially in the beginning.
In the beginning,
you can expect that.
But what I feel like is some people, what happens is they get in relationships, and if it's not this whole best friend dynamic, they feel like something is wrong. Or they have now counted themselves out of the relationship just because they're not getting that whole best friend narrative. When in fact, maybe he or she is not your best friend, but he or she is the right partner. Now, there's a difference between someone being your best friend versus someone being your partner. Would you agree?
Yeah. Partner. I think that's the right word.
That's the right word.
Yeah. I mean, you can be friends and stuff, like do things that friends do, but there's automatically supposed to be some extra, which is the partnership stuff.
Which is the partner, and I'm talking about a legal partnership, right? Like you are literally in business.
Yeah, because your best homeboy should not be on your checking account. Y'all shouldn't have joint bank accounts.
No.
You and your best homegirl should not have joint bank accounts.
No, y'all really shouldn't.
Is that both of y'all car? Like, are y'all both like? Both of y'all names shouldn't be on anybody's deed together.
No.
Unless it's business and it's a rental property. But y'all house y'all living in, why are you and your best homegirl buying a house together? Like what they do, like that's not what friends don't do that.
That is not what friends do. So now you have like single people who desire marriage, and they're thinking that the only people they're supposed to marry are people with best friend qualities, when your best friend just might be raggedy, might can't pay no bills on time, might not be a good mother or a good father.
The logistical structure
like the stuff that really matters, like the best friend thing. I mean, the having fun and
that's
doing
more
fun
from
stuff.
Like an emotional standpoint.
Yeah, right. Because it'd be a whole bunch of times I don't like you, Chris. Like for real, we talked about this last time. I don't always like Chris. Like, I mean, he don't. That's. I get on his last nerves. So I don't always like Chris, but I didn't come into the marriage thinking like, oh, he got to be my best friend. Because truth be told, that whole thing done died like the first year or two of our marriage. But I probably say the first year, and then after that, you start to you get serious, and it goes away even quicker once you introduce other factors like children, right? If you guys end up having children,
when children happen, the focus shifts.
The focus shifts, and it's not just about you and him, or you and her, and so then it's like, okay. I'll tell y'all what Chris is. This is how I describe it. This is my that's marriage. You're not gonna always like each other. I just want to tell folks, all y'all, if there are any single people that are watching this,
I be that Mekhi Phifer meme with a cigarette, like.
I'm telling y'all, I want to tell y'all the truth. I'm sorry if I'm about to bust your bubble. A lot of times you do not like your spouse.
Chanel didn't like me before we started the show. You ain't
like me. Why you didn't put me on, man? Because you was being mean to me.
I was messing with you.
No,
man.
You was not messing with me.
I would.
He was being mean to me. I don't even remember what we was.
She was like the show. She misspoke on when we was gonna start this show. It started at 10:30, and she said we was gonna start at 10. And I was like, no, how's it gonna start in 20 minutes when it's supposed to start at 10:30, which is 50 minutes from now. You don't even know how to count time no more. So I was just joking, and she got mad. So you see that face? Exactly. That's exactly what I'm talking about right there.
Anyways.
But yes, we'll continue. You continue.
Anyways, so you have times. Keisha said she haven't experienced that.
That's
well,
good.
that is great.
But
But
don't take it completely off the radar so you won't get caught by
Right.
surprise one day.
That's the thing. That's what we're trying to tell you. Like, I'm not saying that you're gonna be in a marriage where you
We're
don't
not
like
trying
somebody.
to word curse y'all.
We're not word
relationships
cursing y'all.
and
What
stuff.
we're saying is, if you get to a point where you don't like your spouse, because now the best friend vibes are gone, that doesn't mean that y'all can't still build together.
Because it can be as simple as something like, they just having a bad day or something. They just happen to take it out on you because you're there, and you're gonna feel some type of way.
And also, like, everyone goes through different
It
stages.
don't even have to be your own fault.
Everybody goes through different stages. Like, as you mature and you grow, sometimes, most of the time, you guys don't grow on the same level because everybody is their own person. So I may be here and Chris may be here, or we're not seeing eye to eye or something, and there's a disagreement and there's a rift in there. But that doesn't mean that we can't still be husband and wife, that we still can love each other. We're just not seeing eye to eye for that moment until we both can come together. And so when you go into unrealistic expectations, when you and your spouse are not on the same level, right? And the whole lovey-dovey, whatever best friend thing, because someone told you had to marry your best friend vibe is gone. Now you're thinking something is wrong with your marriage. No, sir, ma'am, you're human. You're human. Like, and that's really what I wanted to share with you guys, especially if anybody right now is in a relationship, whether you're married, dating, whatever, just because you and that person are not seeing eye to eye at the moment, and it doesn't feel like a best friend vibe, doesn't necessarily mean that that's not supposed to be the person that you're supposed to build with. So, Marquita says, 14 years in love, my spouse, but sometimes I don't like him, meaning what he has said or done. Exactly. That's exactly what we're talking about.
So Kesey's 10 years in and they good.
That's good. Hey,
That's what's up.
that is what's up. But I you know what? Hey, I can't speak for everybody, but I can only speak for the people who I've watched, I've witnessed. I have never recalled a marriage where the people was best friends and liked each other 100% of the time. I have never seen it ever.
Yeah, we've seen. You know how that stat of like 52-ish% divorce rate. We done seen that.
Yeah.
We done seen. One day I was looking at. I was like, we was talking about it, and I started, count my friends that have been married and people I know, people acquaintances, people I went to church with. And I was like, I count the marriages, and bro, it's roughly half of them either done been married more than one time or are currently divorced or going through a divorce. I was just like, oh, that statistic is.
Hey, Chris, give me a high five. We done made it.
We did. Jesus. Because man, that junk is real and it be happening. So,
but I bet you sometimes, like, if you were to really sit down with all those people, they probably had an unrealistic view. First of all, a lot of people ain't married right now because they don't know how to talk to each other. A lot of people do
that was another thing, because in some of those, we had the privilege to have like the insider information because we had a relationship with them. So we would talk about what's going on, and when they would tell us, it was like, oh, this spouse don't even really know their spouse and what they've been through and what they're going through and how they feel. Nothing, because they not talking about this stuff. Yeah. They sleeping in the same bed at night and don't have no clue what's going on with the other.
What's going on? Passive aggressive marriages.
I was like, oh yeah. That'll do it in.
See, that's some stuff you can do with your best friend, right? You ain't got to tell your best friend everything, right? You ain't got to tell your best friend all of your weaknesses. Your best friend doesn't need to know the intimate details, but your spouse does, right? Your best friend is going to be honest with you, but your spouse is a mirror. And this ain't us trying to be marriage counselors or nothing. I ain't trying to do that.
Not finna do that.
Yeah, that ain't my ministry. But I just thought it was an interesting topic to kind of talk about it. So I want to tell the people like how I view our marriage. Because I'm probably the one that probably dislikes him the most because he gets on my nerves. Right. Because he be doing stuff like meddling with me. Uh,
Let's just go ahead and read it.
no marriage is perfect, but I like my hubby. We laugh and joke every day. If we have a disagreement, we acknowledge it and apologize. And it's yesterday's news. We've been married for 23 years, and I will say you get on my nerves, but it's not serious. Well, that's really good. That's why y'all been married for 23 years.
Yeah. Acknowledge that junk. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? It's okay. Like, look, you get on my nerves.
Right.
And this is why.
And this is why.
Yeah. Not just, oh my gosh, and storm off and never talk about it, and then just let all that stuff build up and pile up on top, and then one day you just explode. Like, that's where you mess up at.
So, I'm going to tell y'all how I look at our marriage, right? And this is aside from feeling like everything has to be this whole friend fest.
Oh yeah, and another thing, friends don't even be doing that for real. Friends fall out.
Friends fall out.
It be over dumb junk.
And that's another thing. See, I'm glad
they just be like, so I don't gotta talk to them no more. I'm done.
So you brought up a good point, right? So now when you're saying like, oh, I married my best friend and stuff like that, now you have it ingrained that like, just like you can fall out with your homeboy, your homegirl, that it's easy to cut ties in a relationship when that person is no longer being a friend. Do you hear what I'm saying? As soon as that person is no longer being a friend does not mean that the marriage has to end, that the relationship has to end. You guys just have to come together.
And when you friends, it's easy because you don't gotta hire no lawyer. You don't gotta be in no room and have no tense, awkward moments and whisper stuff to your lawyers and you talk to each other through your lawyers and just nah, you don't gotta do that. Friends, they just be like, well,
like dudes, just cut off game.
Delete this.
Cut off game.
I'm done.
All right, I'm gonna get to my point. This is how I view our marriage. This is how it helps me. So like, you got the C. Martin Enterprises, right? I look at our marriage like a business. And we got C. Martin Enterprises. We got the CEO over here, Mr. Martin, and you got the COO. The COO. And together we run the C. Martin Enterprises. Now, when it comes to matters of the house, we're going to come together. We're going to have a meeting about what we're going to have to do. Now, with Chris being the CEO, of course, he's going to be the visionary. I'm going to follow his lead. But then you got the COO, me. I'm going to make sure that the household and that everything organizationally is running the way it needs to run to execute Mr. CEO's vision. So what that does is it helps me to understand, you know what, sometimes this marriage ain't about my feelings. Not at this point, not 4 kids in, because your feelings are fickle. So the minute your friend does something that hurts your feelings or does something that you don't like or whatever, it's not something where you can go and just immediately decide that you want to end the friendship. No, me and Chris have a partnership, right? It is our job to steward our little employees, our children. We are providing for them. We are supposed to take care of them. We are supposed to steward our house, our resources, and everything that keeps the C. Martin family enterprises afloat. And maybe that might sound a little bit rigid. I'm not saying that's just how everybody else should do it. I'm just saying that's how I think about it, so that when I have a PMS moment or when Chris done been messing with me, that I understand, like, you know what, now this is not about me. So that's why I ain't married my best friend. Because my best friend that I have, we sit on the phone, we talk about nothing. We talk about makeup, we talk about photo shoots and hair, we talk about what we about to do in our business, we talk about our kids, we talk about who did what on reality TV, we scrolling, we being petty with each other, we sending each other petty screenshots, we talking about who fine, who ain't, right? I'm not talking about that stuff with my husband. And it's an outlet. I have people that I can go to, that I can connect with, that I can talk to outside of him, that fill another void, that fill a space. Because what if my husband is not up to being my friend today? Am I about to be mad? Am I about to have a cutoff game? You know what I'm saying? So those are my thoughts. What you think, Chris?
Yeah, because I'm somewhat stereotypical. Like there's stuff there's stuff I like, there's stuff I don't like. Like earlier Tam was like, is this stuff that dudes normally don't like? It's like mostly yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then it's stuff like I like the game. I like talking about guns and hunting and
All
just
boring man
all
stuff.
the cool guy things that we do. Yeah. So, and then she's not into really any of that.
No.
Motorcycles.
No.
Nah, not so much.
No. No.
Any mechanical, whatever.
No.
None of that.
Not a nil. Not at all.
And I like, man, if y'all saw my TikTok, one day we gotta do an episode where I just scroll my TikTok timeline and really show y'all the stuff I like to look at and laugh at, and I'm interested in. And Chanel wants no parts of that.
I want no parts. It's so annoying.
It's filled with like
I don't even like the same stuff he like.
Trucks and fishing and all kind of junk.
Y'all want to know what I like looking at? Makeup tutorials and hair tutorials.
Oh, another thing I like to look at, graphics cards.
Yeah, I'm not interested.
Like I know, like I could talk to you for like an hour right now about the upcoming lineup from different companies about graphics cards that's coming out. Like no, and she's like
no, I'm not interested.
So yeah,
that's pretty much. I think that pretty much wraps up everything. So one day we'll have to take y'all on the journey of our ratchet years.
She said you can't do it. that's her husband.
Yeah, I can see. Oh yeah, Keezy says, "Oh gosh, Chris, you and my hubby will get along great. This is his thing. I can't do it." Right? Yeah, I can't do it either.
Chanel thinks beer's nasty.
Beer is disgusting.
I think beer's.
Yeah, I want to drink fruity wines and stuff and.
Them sugary girly drinks.
Girly drinks. That's me all the way. Okay. That's me all the way. So as we kind of close, I just want, man, y'all in a relationship, you're married, you're dating, whatever it is. If your significant other, hopefully what I'm trying to say, get my words out right. Don't be just so quick to end something just because what you thought it was supposed to be, it didn't end up being like that. I think we're fed,
especially friendship. Yeah, see, look, Marky.
Beer is nasty. Marquita says beer is nasty. Yes, it is.
Well, a lot of girls don't really drink beer like that. I got it.
Especially like what we're fed, a lot of things that we're fed, and especially if I know like right now, a lot of women my age that are not married around my age group are really desiring marriage. Which was something that I have a different perspective on marriage because
you didn't want to get married in the first place. You knew it was coming. I
was trying to say that.
Man, I asked her to be my girlfriend, then like I don't know how long it was in, but it was real early, and you was like, "What's the point of marriage? Like, why do people even do that?"
I did,
and I was just like.
He did say that. So yeah, we'll talk about how I'm an accidental married person and how you proposed to me over the phone.
Okay, yeah, that happened.
Yeah,
but then I did it in person. Took you to the I don't know if Marlon's still on here, but that statue in Birmingham, the Vulcan statue. And you can go up and they got and you can see the city and stuff. We went up there.
Yeah, we did. All right, y'all.
So, yeah.
Thank y'all for tuning in. We'll see y'all.
Appreciate y'all coming
next week. If you haven't shared it, go ahead and share it with somebody. They might
we'll be back next week.
Get a laugh at our candid conversations.
Yeah, and don't go getting divorced from your spouse because it don't feel like friendship no more.
Yeah, that's it. You just wrapped the whole point. That's the whole point. Don't go get a divorce because it don't feel like friendship no more. It's okay. That's okay. Like you can always get back. And you know what? I have to end on what you told me. Yeah. I always remember this. I'm gonna end on this note. One of the things Chris told me when we were first dating. I mean, we was early. Like we was like 2 weeks old. And we were sitting around in my apartment and we were laughing. We were having a good time. And Chris looks over at me and he says, I'm probably going to butcher it. Do you remember what you said, Chris?
I was like, just no matter what happens, just remember how this feels right now. and that we should always be able to get back to this, whatever this is.
Yeah. And I always remembered that. So, even if right now your spouse not feeling real friendly, just know that you can always get back to it, because at the end of the day, you guys have a partnership, and it's not based on who your best friend, who not your best friend. It's based on what you guys are building together. All right, I think at that point we done. Love y'all. See y'all next week. All right, bye.